Hi everybody, this is Big Papa Grump, normally from the Board of Doom. Today I'm doing something a little different. This is my own channel, and I'm going to be doing various top 10, top 5 lists, mostly of favorites, because I don't like to rank things based on what I think is the best, just the ones that I like the most. So it's going to be a little different feel than me telling you what you should like, just telling you what I like, and hopefully you either agree, disagree, and maybe we can get some conversation going based on that. So here we go. Starting off in order of release date, we're going with Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation 1. Originally released March 20th, 1997. I didn't play it that early. I was mostly at that point just playing wrestling and sports games for the most part. But this game really grabbed me because I played through it, got to the point where they're like, oh no, you got to do the entire game over in an upside down version of the castle. Just absolutely tons of fun. The puzzles were great. I was a big Castlevania fan from the old NES days, and this game still to me is by far the top of the Castlevania. I've played all the ones for the PlayStation 2, I played ones for the SNES, I even have the one for the Sega Genesis, but this game is still not only is one of the best Castlevania, if not the best Castlevania game of all time. For me, it was by far the most fun Castlevania game I ever played. Next we get to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, originally released July 15, 2003 for the original Xbox. This was my introduction to RPGs. I wanted a Star Wars game, it looked cool, I didn't really think anything of it, and next thing you know, I'm into RPGs. So I mean, I had watched people play Final Fantasy and a whole bunch of the other ones like Vandal Hearts and whatnot, and never really thought about playing them, just kind of enjoyed the cinematics. This game just, as you'll hear me say a lot on this list, this game grabbed me and brought me into a new genre that I hadn't really played that much. And plus, I got to be a Jedi. I mean, come on. And the twist with Revan and all that, that was just absolute mwah. Even the sequel was really good as well, but the original couldn't quite top the original. In fact, very few games before Sins for me have topped this RPG. Next up is Halo 3, one of the many games that I'm terrible at. But I still continue to play because I just love the franchise, love the story of the original trilogy. So far, the secondary trilogy's but the original trilogy it was really the first video game that I played that I felt like I was playing a movie. And it was telling a movie quality story. I mean, there's a lot of video games do that, but this one I just really felt involved with. Playing it co-op with Junior also, brought back, fond memories, which kind of tug at the heartstrings and stuff, because he doesn't play games with me anymore because I'm too old and I suck at everything. But anytime a Halo game comes out, we'll sit down and we'll go through a co-op. This and Gears, which we'll get to later in the list. Just love the whole playing as Master Chief, love the bond between him and Cortana, the entire, about to wipe out the planetness of the story. Just a lot of fun, and it really, like I said earlier, felt like I was playing a movie. Next up is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, originally released October 13, 2009 for the PlayStation 3. We were a little late to the game with Uncharted. All my friends that had PS3s kept telling me, hey, you gotta play Uncharted, gotta get it for that. And I'm glad we got Uncharted when we got a PS3, because that was the game that kept me playing the PS3. Because for me, there really wasn't a lot on there. God of War 3 was there, and if you really liked Little Big Planet, but no, it was Uncharted. All 3 games are great, but 2 to me is still my favorite of the group, because it told the most interesting story, had a lot of dynamics between the characters, and it was just a lot of fun to play, and it wasn't as mechanically challenged as the first installment, and not quite as drab as the third installment. This one really got me. Red Dead Redemption, originally released September 18th, 2010. I was a Rockstar fan, I liked Grand Theft Auto, played the crap out of Grand Theft Auto 3, played Vice City, but this game actually accomplished what the other games couldn't, and it really hooked me into their style of gameplay. I don't know, maybe it was the Western setting. Not quite sure, because I'm not a big fan of Westerns, never have been. But this game was a lot of fun to play, riding the horses, getting attacked by cougars, getting randomly bit by rattlesnakes, killing chupacabras, the heartbreaking moment where you have to kill Bigfoot. It's just a lot of the silliness with the Undead Nightmare DLC. But it told a great story, and the end of it was just absolutely heartbreaking. Spoiler, when they killed John Marston, you're like, oh my god, I just spent all these hours playing as this character, and you just took him away from me. And it was still, when it was all said and done, it was just unbelievable experience. Gears of War 3, originally released September 20th, 2011. By the way, piece of trivia, one of the few games I actually stood in line at midnight to get. I loved this game, and it wasn't that it was the culmination of the series, even though, you know, once that Mad World started playing, you knew Dom was dead. But it was the Horde mode. I'm completely rubbish at all multiplayer, online, or co-op, you know, games, but this one I wasn't completely terrible at. Had a lot of fun playing, even when I died and, you know, Junior and I are screaming at each other because we didn't cover each other properly. It was still, at the end of the day, a whole lot of fun, and that was really the important thing for me, was that I was having fun playing. And, you know, especially, once you start getting to wave like 48, 49, and you know what's about to come and you're probably going to die, and it was still a lot of fun. Batman Arkham City, originally released October 18th, 2011. This game had taken what they had started with the Batman Begins movie tie-in game that was on the PS2 original Xbox generation. They took that and implemented a lot of that stuff and improved upon it for Arkham Asylum. Arkham City just basically took that and made it open world, or as open world as you could get for that type of game. And it was an absolute blast to play. Like, even when I was getting my butt kicked by random thugs because my free flow was terrible, still a lot of fun. The only reason Arkham Knight didn't make this list, because Arkham Knight really took a lot of what City did and perfected that, was the Batmobile sections are god-awful. So Arkham City wins. Now we get to what is hands down my all-time favorite video game, and that is The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Originally released November 11th, 2011. I mentioned earlier that I didn't used to be into RPGs, but I've grown into them, and we'll see another one on this list. This game I have played through in 3 different versions: the original release, the Legendary Edition, and the Special Edition, probably 20 times. With various characters, I've done everything, I think, except Khajiit and Orc so far, and trust me, I'm getting to those. What was great about the Special Edition is that it just added a whole new level of newness to the game by introducing mods for the console. I have it for the Xbox One, played through it like 4 or 5 times already. By far, I've spent thousands of hours in this game. Now we get to Minecraft, originally released November 18th, 2011. I was not really into this game at first. Junior got it, he said it was fun, showed the wife, they started playing together. I was like, well, that looks kind of interesting. They invited me to play, I start playing, and I just start building random rectangular crap. But the online community for this game can be very inspiring if you're looking for different things to build. The redstone side of it, the just building crazy crap out of squares. Some of the stuff you're seeing on screen, this is all built in game. Some of it is got modded shaders on it, but still, it's for a game that's essentially video game version of Lego. There's a whole lot you can do, and there's a multiplayer like PvP aspect to it, but I like to stick to just building random crap with random square blocks. Is what it is. And finally, we get to the much maligned Mass Effect 3, originally released March 6, 2012. I enjoyed this game. I enjoyed everything about this game. Even the ending didn't ruin this game for me. The ending was what it was. It was more of a cop-out than anything else. But everything else about this game, they perfected the combat. The story was great. And by the way, it also has the greatest DLC ever. The Citadel DLC is one of the best extra bits of a video game I've ever played. And now I'm not just talking about the party, because the party is great, but even the mission leading up with the clone shepherd and everything was just absolutely great. Nothing wrong with this game. The ending was lame, but so what? Everything else about this game just screamed just lots and lots of fun. With the Reaper invasion and everything else, just the opening sequence where you see that little kid get blown up. It just got you in every aspect, and that's why it is one of my favorite video games. And there's my list of my top 10 all-time favorite video games. Sorry it was a little rough. This is the first time I'm trying anything in this particular style, so hopefully there will be improvements. I am limited by the capabilities of my computer, so sorry folks. So I've been Big Papa Grump. You guys have been awesome. Check out the Board of Doom, and I'll catch you next time.